funny, but rather disgusting too. What is it about you? You look such a sort of pleasant sort of chap, or you have a real bloodthirsty streak in you, don't you?
Well, I don't do those, actually. Terry does them. This has been the confusion all along.
No, don't mind.
No, there are words in there, too. So this business about me not writing words. I mean, those guys were talking about it all the time. Oh, Jesus. What is it?
Oh, come on.
Oh.
Yes, please. That's unseemly, really.
Yeah, that sounds...
That's why I should explain why they've got those things on their faces. One thing, that foot that comes crashing down, who does it belong to?
Michael. Cupid. I'm going to be straight now. I'm going to answer you. That's from a painting by Bronzino, and it's Cupid's foot, in fact. A delicate little thing.
And is it true that in your studio you have drawers full of feet and hands and heads?
Yeah, I mean, that's just purely for functioning efficiently, so that you can go to these things. I just use it like back lot of a film studio. We've got all these sets there. Well, I've just got drawers full of backgrounds and things, so I keep reusing the same things. It's the only way you get it done.
I've had a sort of pretty inadequate answer from them, how they spoke. But your work is extraordinarily complicated and tedious, isn't it? How do you presumably have to go away and work all by yourself, do you?
Yeah, I just go away and work by myself. You put it very well. That's how it's done. I think some of the stuff, like that one we just looked at with the guys running down, that whole sequence actually came from a photograph, that photograph of the spiral staircases. That's what inspired the whole, if there's an inspiration there, that's what was inspired it. So, I don't know how. I don't really know how I do it.
Stop talking about it. You end up talking about inspiration. It sounds like...
Yeah, I mean, it's...
Really,
I don't think...
But really...
Sorry.
I was just about to say I didn't think I was doing very well in this interview.
But Terry, I mean, the business of animation is tedious in itself. What, thousands of individual photographs?
All of those things. I mean, I just have to sit there and push these bits of paper around. The way it's done is fairly efficient and quick, but it's still dull and tedious. And I wish I could get into comedy like the rest of the guys.
We've been keeping Terry out of it as much as we can.
Incidentally, I think I'm now doing worse in this interview than I was a few moments ago.
And why are you so macabre? Why do you love chopping people's heads off and exposing their intestines?
I don't think I do, really. I mean, in real life I don't, at least not on shows like this. But yeah, I don't really think about it. I tend not to think about why. I don't think any of us think about why we do what we do. We just do it and let somebody else worry about what it means and why we do it.
We're existentialists.
But have you...
I think you're doing even worse.
I think I'm doing even worse.
I don't know what that means anyway. Have you ever done something so unspeakable they wouldn't put it on?
Yes.
Put it on what?
No, it wasn't unspeakable. Am I supposed to tell this story?
Yes.
I'm supposed to tell this story. All right. No, it was...
Drink a lot of water.
Yeah, I know. I've drunk it all now.
The only way you can sweat, isn't it?
Yeah. All it was a simple little cartoon that started with a television linesman, close-up of a television linesman on his pole trying to deal with trouble in the line. And as he's talking, he pulled back, and the pole he's on turns out to be one of the crosses of the crucifixion. And the three crosses are hung with telephone wires, and they run off into the distance. And a lot of people took offense at that. Terry.
Yeah, exactly. I think that's a very good, interesting example there. That was a living example of why Terry stopped showing us any of his cartoons when he actually finished them. Because when he sits down and explains them like that, it's never the same as seeing the actual thing when it's gone.
I thought that was a funny animation.
I wanted to move on, as they say in the game.
Oh, you wanted to move on?
I wanted to move on, because I suppose anyone...
I'm doing worse.
His show.
Okay, no, I'm going to have trouble saying this next bit. I suppose anyone who's watched Python over the years has their own short list of favourite sketches. The Ministry of Silly Walks, the sketch with the dead parrot, the bishop, and so on. Now, here's one of my favourites from the series first shown 2 years ago.